Hello everyone, this is Farooq Azam and you are watching me on OXBRIDGE Talks. Today I'm going to explain you especially if you are planning to face an interview or there is your interview planned for the job of teacher. Means you are interested to be a teacher and you are going for an interview for a job of a teacher. Actually, there are some group of the questions which are going to be asked from everyone. So if you are interested, you should join a good school as a teacher and your interview should be very good. Then the 9 questions which I am going to tell you, of that if you have the proper answer, I confirm you with the guarantee you must be selected in that interview. These are the questions which I am going to tell you. These are asked in interview. So now, if you are in interview room and there is interviewer and he is asking you the questions, the first questions that he may ask you, introduce yourself or give me your introductions. And you should say, my name is Farooq Azam and I'm from Darbhanga, Bihar. I have done masters and I have completed B.Ed also. I have 3 years of teaching experience. I have been teaching in a school for the last 3 years. My hobbies are reading, listening to music, and exploring myself. Yes, the answer was my name is फारूक आजम. मैं एज ए कैंडिडेट आपको एग्जांपल दिया हूं कि मैं अगर बोलूंगा तो ये बोलूंगा एंड आप उस जगह पे एट द प्लेस आई सेड माय नेम यू शुड टेल योर नेम. You should talk about your experience. If you have 1 year experience, you talk about 1 year experience. Don't bug up the lines. In your introductions, you will talk about your name, your qualifications. If you have experience, you talk about your experience and you must talk about your hobbies also. The next questions which can be asked, why do you want to be a teacher? And why are you in this professions? The answer should be, I choose teaching as a profession because I love the impact one can have on the children. I cannot imagine devoting my life to something else. Especially, I love being around the children, listening to them, trying to understand their emotional world, and be a good role model for them. There can be the next questions. Tell me the 5 qualities of a good teacher. Because if you are going to be a teacher, you should have certain qualities. Because a teacher who does not have certain qualities may not be a good teacher. So if he asks you or she asks you especially, tell me the 5 qualities of a good teacher, your answer should be, a teacher should have a strong communication skill. He should have patience. The third, good teachers are adaptable. 4, good listening skill. 5, very good knowledge. These 5 qualities a teacher should have. They may ask you the next questions. What is your style of teaching? What is your style of teaching, or how do you teach the students? Your answer should be, my teaching style is interactive, supportive, and transparent. I encourage my students to have a voice in the classroom and participate actively in all conversations. They may ask you the next questions, which is very important, and you should give the very right answer. If you want your selections to be confirmed, you should give the very right answer, and they may ask you, why should I hire you? Why are you good for me and for my school? You have to give very smartly the right answer, and the answers should be, honestly, I say, I have all the skills and experience that you are looking for, and my experience, my passions, and my dedications for the job prove me the best candidate. But the final decision is all yours and I respect it. After this, they may ask you the next questions, and that questions is, what is a teacher's responsibility in keeping the children safe? You should answer to the interviewer this. My observations plays an important role. If I see any problem, my first step will be to explore what could be the possible step to solve it. I will try to help the children to express their problems by spending some time with the children privately. Sometimes I need to be a very good friend and a good mentor to my children so that they feel free to express their problems without any hesitation. After this, they may ask you these questions. How do you motivate your students? Because being a teacher, your job is not just to teach only, your job is, of course, let the persons to feel to read. So if they ask you as a teacher, how do you motivate your student? You should speak this answer. My way of motivating a student is by positive encouragement. I prefer praising the students even they achieve just a little progress. It really works a lot in my classroom. They may ask you after these questions the next, and of that you have to smartly give the answer. And that next question is, what is your strengths and what is your weaknesses? Normally these are the questions in all kind of interview asked. So if you have the proper and positive answer, your selection can be confirmed. So if interviewer asks you what is your strength and what is your weaknesses, your answer should be, the passions for my profession is undoubtedly my greatest strength. And to be very honest, my biggest weaknesses is I often take the problems of my classroom to my home and cannot get them out of my head. Then after, they may ask you the next questions, and that you should answer very smartly. And the question is, what is your salary expectations? Normally in every kind of interview, they ask from the persons of whose they are taking the interview, what is your salary expectations? So if you are a fresher, your salary expectation will be different, and if you are a experienced person, your salary expectations will be different. So I tell you first, if you are the experienced person, so what should you answer to the interviewer for your salary expectations? And the answer is, I am expecting the salary as per organizational norms, my designations, my qualifications, and my experience, which can help me to maintain the standard of level of my personal and economical needs. But if you are a fresher, you should not say the same. If you are a fresher, then you should say for the salary expectations this: I'm a fresher. Salary is not my first priority. This is a big platform to start my career. So I expect the salary according to my ability and your organizational norms, which will fulfill my economical needs. If you are answering these questions very smartly, the way I have trained and I have told you, with guarantee you are going to be selected and the job is confirmed.